I visited a federal detention facility in McAllen and saw firsthand the human tragedy unfolding along our southern border. The plight of these unaccompanied alien children has rightfully captured the national attention as we learn the details of their harrowing journeys. Equally as concerning, however, is the fact that unaccompanied children only make up 20% of those apprehended crossing the border illegally. And as the brave men and women of our Border Patrol are pulled away from their law enforcement duties to give humanitarian aid, drug cartels, human traffickers, individual criminals are exploiting this tragedy for their own criminal opportunities. Over the years, I have repeatedly called on the federal government to live up to its responsibility of protecting this great nation by securing the border. Because if there is no national security, you cannot have that without security. Since 2008, more than 203,000 criminal aliens have been booked into Texas county jails. Over the course of years, these individuals have committed more than 640,000 crimes. And that is in the state of Texas alone. This includes more than 3,000 homicides and almost 8,000 impacted forever. All because the federal government's lip service and empty promises. I will not stand idly by while our citizens are under assault and little children from Central America are detained in squalor. We are too good a country for that to occur. That is why today I am using my executive authority as governor of Texas and activating the National Guard. I've directed Adjutant General John Nichols to immediately prepare for deployment up to 1,000 of his troops in support of the Department of Public Safety's ongoing surge operation. It is codenamed Operation Strong Safety all along the border region. Prior to Operation Strong Safety, Texas has already invested $500 million in border security. That is a burden that Texas taxpayers should not have to burden themselves with. But as all of the Texans who have fallen victim to the crime at hand of these criminal aliens will attest to, the price of inaction is too high for Texans to pay. Now, to week 3, apprehensions have dropped 36%. From more than 6,600 per week to 4,200 per week in that area of operation. This is a clear indication that the increased patrol presence and the coordinated law enforcement efforts between our local, state, and federal partners, including the Department of Personnel, our Texas Parks and Wildlife wardens, and others, are having a deterrent effect on criminal and illegal activity along the border. The National Guard troops that I am deploying will support the state-led border surge by acting as a force multiplier on the ground and providing additional air assets beyond their current efforts. These additional resources will help combat the brutal Mexican drug cartels that are preying upon our communities, and also will help deter others